Hey, it says I'm live. So, hi YouTube. It's Linnell and my journey into trucking. I have been wanting to do this video for a while and answer some questions. I'm going to switch arms here. So, I had want to be a trucker. These are some of them for you specifically. Want to be asked about learning more about intermodal. So my company, in case you didn't see the awesome video interview that Red Viking Trucker did, I have moved from Warner to the Hub Group, and I am really happy with the Hub Group. Really happy with the Hub Group, and that is it's intermodal, and so what that means. And I'd go outside, but it's crazy windy out right now, and so there'd be all that wind, and I don't want to do that to you. So one of these days, especially with the seasons changing and summer coming on, the days will be longer, and so the days won't be longer, but you know what I mean. It'll be light longer later, and so I can do some videos showing you exactly about the containers and the chassis and how that works. But the way it works is Hub Group, the company, owns the container, the box, and then the rails own the chassis. So that's what the big long metal part, and the wheels and the axles, the tires, and that. So and there's extra stuff about that, and I'll go more into that. But you're basically at the rail. They're picking up the container off of the chassis and putting it on a train and taking it somewhere. And so that's why the Hub Group is so great, because they have the rails do all the long haul stuff all over the road. And so that's why they're able to have their drivers be home daily, or like I am, regional, like every other day, that kind of thing. So so that's how that system works. And wanted to know what rail companies, and asked me if I was just going to Burlington Northern. So no, actually, I haven't even been to Burlington Northern. It's mostly been Union Pacific, and then I've been to Kansas City Rail, and I'm trying to think of who else. Mostly it's just Union Pacific, but there's other rails, and I may end up, doing some more going to Burlington Northern. But so that's that. And yeah, you asked about how long are the runs. So for regional, it's about 500 miles out usually. So sometimes it's like a couple stops. So I'll go maybe 100 miles, pick up a trailer from a shipper, and then I'll take it to maybe take it to the rail, drop it, and then pick up another. Or so it ends up being about 500 miles each way. So I'm doing mostly about 1,000-mile runs. So that's good. That's really good. And then if I was worried about the weight on the axles, no, it's the same. They've got tandem, so you got to weigh it. You got to do all the regular stuff you do with a regular trailer. Same. All of that's the same. And there's some good videos about how to adjust your tandems. In fact, there's a really good little formula. I'll try and remember and maybe post it in the description. And I use that all the time, and it works great. It's just a really simple formula for figuring out how many holes you need to move your tandems in which direction. So I'll put that in there for you. And then the question was about the pre-trips. If I pre-trip each time, and yes, it's the same as whether you're doing, for instance, you start your day, you pre-trip your truck, the tractor. If you're hooked to a trailer, like say you're out overnight, you're already hooked to a trailer, so you would be doing a pre-trip on your tractor and the trailer. And then whenever you drop your trailer, and pick up a new one, you're going to pre-trip, that trailer. You're going to really focus on that new trailer because that's new, and kind of give your tractor a once over just to make sure nothing's happened since, while you were pulling the other. So it's that all that stuff is the same. There's nothing different about it. It's you always pre-trip, and boy, you want to pre-trip. So important, especially check those brakes. I think y'all probably saw the I picked up a y'all. my first unintended y'all. But you want to make sure that those brakes are good. And I had a video that showed a trailer. It was a Warner trailer, and I picked it up, and the whole brake system was gone in one of the tires. And then you asked about truck history. So I've had 3 official trucks. My first truck when I started with Warner was a Freightliner, and it was a 10-speed. It was my Black Beauty, and I loved it, but it had a bunch of problems with the DEF system, exhaust system, and so it wasn't, the idle management wasn't working. And so I had Buddy with me, and I was in New Mexico. It was like 117 degrees out, and the stupid thing wouldn't idle or it'd flip over to the heat. It was terrible. So, and then my second truck with Warner was my Volvo, which it was smaller inside than the Freightliner, but I really did love the Volvo, and I miss it. And that was an automatic. And then I'm in another Freightliner, and this one is a mini sleeper. So I don't know if I can show this to you or not. I'll turn the dome light on. I don't know if you can see, but it's tiny. The bed's right here. It's right next to the thing, and there is a shelf right there. There's a double shelf, and that's it. There's nothing else in there. So it's really small, but I'm not living in the truck like I did in the 2 trucks with Warner. And this one's also an automatic. So that's that. Let me get my questions again that you wrote. I wrote them down so I could remember. And then the question was that because I really loved over the road, and I love going over the road and seeing all the different parts of the country and meeting different people and trying different types of food and going in different seasons, because it's just constantly changing. There's just different really amazing things all the time. And so why am I home and why am I doing this? So I'm home because of Zane, because of the divorce, and so I can be home for Zane. And, he's 13, he's almost 14. So being regional is it's really good for him as well. Well, for both of us. One is he's old enough. I mean, shoot, I've talked to my sister about this. She was, I think, 12, and she was babysitting overnight at 12 years old. Younger kids. And it's good for him to have some responsibility so that he has to get his own dinner, and he's got to get himself up for school. I call him, but, it's good for him to have a little responsibility. And there's people around, so he's not really alone. And so I think it's a good thing. I really do. Growing up, I know, the joke is free range children. That's how I was raised. I mean, we were free range. It was the old, when the street lights come on, then you need to go home. And so, I want it to foster that independence in him, and it lets him fail. I mean, he's trying to gourmet up these hot dogs. It's just, oh my God, it's disgusting what a 13-year-old boy will eat. So yes, I hope maybe once Zane graduates, then I can do more over the road, and hopefully maybe by then I'll have met somebody and we'll team, and so you never know. All right, and then and you mentioned my Thrive Foods, so hold on a second. I got to get you something. I want to show you. I'm going to put you right here. Put you right there. Maybe this is better anyway. So Thrive has come out with these little, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? To goes. So this is a, what do they call it? Island style pork. And they have other ones. They have some chicken ones and stuff too. And they're really good. So all you do, you tear off the top, and then I have somewhere in here. Hold on. I saw it. Oh, where's my little wraps? There. So then I got these. These are really good. These are spinach and herb, and they're really soft and thin. They're super thin. And so all I do is I put hot water from the, the coffee things. They have the hot water spigot. I put that in here and then let that refresh so it comes back to life. And then I put it in the tortillas, and then a lot of time, and then I keep my little cooler. I have my cooler, and I'll put, I'm an extra sauce kind of gal. So then I got my barbecue sauce, and then I'll have a salad or something. This is like a shredded cabbage and broccoli and kale and stuff. And so I'll put that in and put it all in, and then I'll make up some little burrito things. And those are really fantastic. And they're nice serving size. And so, so between doing I make up some fruits that I like, and I put those in Ziploc baggies. I think I have one. I won't dig through it, but and I use those in just a small cup, and then I put I love my honey Greek yogurt, and I put that in, and I either use a granola bar and I crunch that up, or I get the like glazed walnuts or pecans. You can either find them in I think it's called Emerald is the brand, and they have some, or if you're near Winco, go to their bulk section. It's fantastic. And so I'll use those and crunch those up to give it a little crunch for breakfast too. So so that was, as far as I could see, that was all of Wanna Be a Trucker's questions. And if you're interested in the hub group, please let me know. You can put a comment in below with your email, and I'll reach out to you. $2,000 sign-on bonus, and the money's there. The money's good, and I'm really, really happy. I tell you what, my bank account is really happy. Since I started with the hub group, it's really great. So I can put a little bit of money in savings, and my bills are all paid, and I have a Murphy's Law account. So Murphy's Law, you know Murphy's Law. If something's going to go wrong, it will go wrong. So you want to have some money in case something happens. But I hope that answered your questions. And if if you have any more questions, anybody, you're welcome to put them in the comments, and I would be happy to try and answer them. I'm going to do, I want to get off of here so it's not too long of a video, but I'm going to do a couple other videos as well. I had my first accident, so I got to tell you about that. I'm stuck here in Louisiana right now, and I'll tell you all about that. And so anyway, it's just all part of the journey, and I'm glad that you've come along. And I've been, a little trick. It's really something simple, but I tell you, it makes people happy. Being nice is I found, so it's Valentine's Day today, and I found a Valentine's Day, you know, the little kits that they make for kids to pass out to schoolmates. I found a bag. They had a bag thing. It's a Jolly Rancher snack size treats. And so I went into, I was at Georgia Pacific, and I gave the dock workers there some Jolly Rancher suckers. They're heart shaped, and the gals at the scale, and one of the other gals, and anyway, some of the truck stop people, the people who are working, gave them some and put a smile on their face. It cost me, I think the whole thing cost, it was $2.98 or something like that, and wished them a happy Valentine's Day. So it's just a little thing, but it puts a smile, makes somebody have a better day. So do what you can to do that. And thanks for joining me on my journey. And if you're interested in the Hub group, let me know. I'll reach out to you with information, and that's it. I'm gonna let you go. And thanks for being on the journey. And remember to do something today to have somebody else have a good day. All right.